Topic here is the Lincoln-Douglas debate. So for this particular topic, we're looking at the debate between these two individual candidates as they're running for senators. And here we see a map of the location for some of these debates. And here we see the first debate for the date here. I looked through the text and made a reference to the word Negro had come up 33 times. So here we see Douglas and some of the things that he's saying. Here we see what Lincoln is saying. And what are they debating? Well, they're debating a couple of issues here. That they're asserting that if they think so, let's see. I do not question Mr. Lincoln's conscientious belief that the Negro was made his equal and hence his brother. Notice here how he's getting laughter about that particular part. Then says, I do not regard the Negro as my equal and positively deny that he is my brother or any kin to me, whatever. As far as Lincoln is concerned, he has to respond to some of these accusations here. There's no reason in the world why the Negro is not entitled to all the natural rights. So here they're looking at natural rights, which at that particular point would make the individual in question here a human being. It seems that Douglas is not recognizing that particular argument that he is making here. I agree with Douglas. He is not my equal. So here he is talking about whether or not the Negro in question is equal, and Lincoln is clear at saying that, he is not at that particular point. But in the right to eat bread, he seems to think, reverse his thought process. And then he says on this particular level, he is his equal. Here we see some reference from the fourth debate. This Negro word used 43 times. He was not in favor of social and political equality between the white man and the Negro. He does not desire the law to be changed. Here we see Lincoln's response here in that particular debate. Here he talks about he is not in favor of making the Negro a juror, which means he is not going to see the Negro in question here as a political participant, but he does seem to think that the individual is equal on some sort of human level. But I would imagine there are still some restrictions that Lincoln has in mind. Edmund Ruffian. So here we're looking at another politician, a politician from the South, and some of the issues that he had said in one of his particular speeches. And here we see an excerpt, the political economy of slavery follows. So here he's making an argument as far as the slave needing slave, that this is a system that is beneficial to the slave as well as beneficial to society. Notice here how he's looking at the advancements of society. Let's see. Here he talks about slave labor. The slave receives the same support in food, clothing, and other allowances, whether he works much or little, and he has every inducement to spare himself as much as possible. So, they're making an argument here that you are providing for the slave, and I don't necessarily know if that's a good thing, but he's making the case that this definitely is something that's positive, especially when his view on the society is one of negative. Allowing them to habits of labor, satisfying their wants for necessaries, and raising them and their progeny of the scale of humanity, not only physical, but morally and intellectually. So here he's making the case that there are some benefits to slavery. That's it for this particular one. So the reason why I included this particular piece here is just to give you some idea of some of the political speeches, some of the things that were being said with regard to slavery prior to the Civil War. And we go back to this question, was slavery about race, economics, or politics? At this point, you should be arguing that this seems to be a combination of the three as opposed to just one, as we're about to end this particular section. As far as test review purpose, you want to be able to identify the definition of these particular terms, as well as be able to explain the maps that we had looked at in class. That's it.